Hello everyone, this is the Nameless one, and today we are going to be turning off my wallpaper engine because yes.
Wallpapers make noise.
We're going to be continuing the Lost Memories campaign. Today I am also here, that just threw off all of my, I'm here with Argo, Moop, Paige, Petrol, and Hax. We're missing Ellis. That's who we're missing. I knew we were missing someone. Do we remember if he said he was going to be here?
Ellis said that the chance that he
Yeah.
won't even be able to come.
He said he will be late if he can make it at all.
Okay. Answers that question. Yes, so we're just going to go ahead and jump straight into the, what do you call
Recap?
it? Yeah.
Clouds are dangerous.
A fast travel montage followed by being hunted down by the wild hunt.
Yep.
I don't remember whether or not this session was the session which we gave the scarecrow people the orb.
Yeah,
I
that
believe
was,
it.
Yeah, it was a session.
It was
We also met a special Karen.
Oh,
Dum,
yes,
dum, dum.
we met our clairvoyant Kieran friend with amnesia.
It was going to be our tag along.
Yes, this is
Our
true.
first NPC/DMPC to join the party.
Oh no, we've had the Tantabus up to this point.
I guess. Well, but are they really a member of the party though? They kind of just are.
They
I
just
kinda-
don't like to run.
They're just vibing at night.
Yeah.
so. You guys are actually not far from where you were headed.
Wait, did we actually cover the entirety of the recap? I feel like there was more that happened.
I mean,
Flash returned to the sheep.
there was...
We got information from the DMPC, but that was about it.
Well,
Also, I had a minor breakdown.
Yeah, Nasa had a bit of a breakdown.
Still being affected to this day.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. For the most part, that was basically everything that happened. It felt like a lot more in the moment, but it wasn't a whole hell of a lot. Unless you consider the fact that it took you guys roughly about a week.
Yeah, I mean, being chased by the Lord of the Hunt was kind of stressful. So
I
felt
said
like a
before.
lot.
I said before, it was a fast travel montage.
Yes. You still had to do the travels, but you had to do the travels in such a way that, it was
Montage.
a lot less of the DM scrambling trying to figure out what he's going to make you do for your travel.
Yeah.
Also, us just covering ground in not 5 sessions.
Yeah. So, you guys, we're gonna say it is now morning from whenever you guys left off. What do?
I don't know. What are we doing? We have that food that I should probably prepare.
Actually,
Does Nastad do a cook?
Yes, that is something that I would do.
do you have an ability to deal with radiation if we come across it?
Good question.
Amulets? Or was that addressed to the Kieran?
That was addressed to the Kieran.
Pass.
So-
Sim is here.
Hello, Sim. Sim has joined us. So, after a moment, she realizes that you were addressing her, and then shrugs and says, I will meet you on the other side, if it gets too dangerous.
Okay.
Everyone gets a +1.
Yes, that would be useful.
Just refill my fatigue points.
Also, you do the cook of the food.
Alright, so now this should be able to last us for a while.
I
So-
eat my vegetarian option.
You guys ready to start traveling now?
Yeah.
Yes.
So, you know how to do it.
Wait, okay.
Alright.
First, I'm gonna make my health check for the night. Which actually
Oh yeah, I need to roll my health check first.
Okay, and then perception.
Camille, are you gonna do the... Moop, are you gonna do your physician roll?
She just said.
I already did it.
Yeah.
Oh, did you pass?
Yes.
Yes.
She
Hey,
said that everybody got +1.
Alright, I pass.
I see shit too.
Yes, I also have done the C.
I think everyone did the C.
Or hear, or potentially even smell.
I crit that, by the way.
Again?
So,
For my perception this time.
Oh, okay.
you guys do the travel for a little while, and then after a bit of time, you come up on what appears to be a partially destroyed building and a fairly sizable crater that is sitting on the edge of. This is much farther up north than you guys went when you last went here, so that's why you didn't notice it previously.
Wanted to explore the building?
I guess we're exploring the building.
Okay.
You know, you could always just say no.
Oh, come on. A building way out here? We gotta check it out.
There's something in this building.
So everybody roll for search, scrounge, perception, whichever one you... If you don't have a search or scrounge, then you can...
I see
Roll.
succeed by 6.
I succeed by 1 for search.
Ooh, I pass. Oh, fail, sorry. Fail badly.
I was about to say.
Yeah, good job.
Pat, petrol.
I pass.
Fail by 1.
So, as far as you can tell, there's no, like, identifying marks left. And you guys start seeing weird black marks all along the walls and floors. I need my Clinker to roll a intelligence check, -3.
Oh, okay. Let's see how this goes. That is very much a fail. That might even be a crit.
I don't crit. How about is your intelligence?
13.
Okay, that might be a crit.
I'm checking.
No.
7 to 14 is 7 to 8. 7 to 14 it has a 17 to 18.
Okay, no. So you is safe.
Yep, not a crit.
Yeah,
Just a
so
bad
you,
failure.
so you are not sure what all of the things that you are seeing are. However, as you guys are wandering around, you do notice that your new Kieran companion's eyes are glowing again as she looks at the scorched areas, and finally it stops at one and says, "This was a Pegasus."
Was a Pegasus?
Was a Pegasus?
She points at the scorch mark. Everybody roll on a perception -2.
I see.
Well, I crit pass. Are you kidding
I
me?
actually do not pass.
The last one I nearly crit fail. This one I crit pass. Okay. Oh, thanks, Dice Maiden.
Pass on the dot.
Like, I fail if it's a
Same.
monastery.
Okay. So, for those of you that passed, you do see the vague outline of what could have been a Pegasus at some point. And
Okay.
go ahead and roll a flat intelligence this time, Clinker.
That is a pass by 1.
So, out of character, you've heard of an atomic shadow, right?
Oh,
The irony.
I literally just DM'd
Okay,
you guys
then.
people turn to shadows on the ground. Yeah, that's a nuke.
Yeah, it's a nuke.
From what you've heard in character, there's stories of places where, especially in the area where the Arcanists were known to control before they became, the wasteland became the wasteland. There's stories where people find ruins where there's looks like there was a crowd standing there, but you can only see the shadows. They're normally accompanied by craters, with the occasional really big craters having some residual
Radiation.
yeah. So you can only assume that those shadows, which most people kind of discounted, were actually at one point ponies. The rest of y'all have no idea what they're talking about, if he says anything. Because this is technology that is way beyond anything you guys would have witnessed.
I just assume some magical thing happened to a pony.
Well, these kinds of things are known to have taken place in territory that was controlled by the monarchy, not by the FPC. So the likelihood of it being a magical attack would be low.
Magic and
I
backfire.
need Mook to actually roll a intelligence check as well.
Who, me?
Mhm.
What? Ooh, okay then.
Interesting.
Is that pass? Hello?
Yes, it's a pass.
Okay. So you remember hearing stories of some of the oldest dragons in existence being able to produce breath weapons hot enough to garner the same effect? But you're talking moving mountains. They've gotten so big and to the point where they're basically constantly hibernating.
Oh, this thing. We better not have been waking up dragons for this one. Because I don't think you guys want to see a waking mountain.
Oh. I mean, these kinds of things are generally accompanied by radiation. So
Fire is so strong it could leave these types of marks. They're ancient as shit. Yeah, no, the whole sleeping mountains better not wake up. I don't even want to know what the fuck they were doing here.
Continues exploring the house.
Roll a perception at a -2.
I succeed by 5.
Okay, so as you are searching, you come across what appears to be some sort of badly slagged door.
I
It's set
attempt to
in the
open it.
floor. Roll strength at a -4.
I fail by 2.
Ah, so close, but no cigar.
I attempt to open it. This time using telekinesis,
Same roll, but
but
intelligence.
with brain. I succeed by 2.
Okay. So you are able to wrench the door, which is partially melted into the surrounding architecture, and it opens it to a ladder that leads down.
Guys, I think we might be going into an underground area.
alright, as usual then.
Attempts to climb the ladder.
Okay, roll dexterity.
I succeed by 4.
So you manage to avoid falling down the ladder as several rungs come off as you're trying to climb down.
hovers down the ladder with wings. So not actually using the ladder.
The area is too narrow for you to attempt to fly down.
Damn it.
What about for me? Just grab on the thing and just swoosh down.
So
Do you know what I mean by that?
you're still going to need to roll a dexterity. At a -2, actually. So, because you're doing something you're not quite familiar with. Yes.
Well,
You managed to nail the landing.
I clap.
So, you guys get down into a fairly, it's a fairly decent distance, and to a small underground room with 2 doors on either side. There are several
Open.
skeletons laying in the floor.
I open the left door.
I'm gonna check the skeletons real quick.
It is a small bathroom.
I go ahead and open the right door.
So 3 of the skeletons have what you can only assume were at one point 4th degree burns.
Ouch.
Wait, I probably should have gone down. Hold on, I'm heading down in.
What would have caused these 4th degree burns?
Really hot
Thing.
fire of some sort, or it could be chemicals, it could be electrical. There's a lot of different things it could be, but you can assume an intense heat source of some sort, considering what you saw above.
I'm
My
going to
guess
come down.
is whatever caused that crater out there.
By the way, what am I rolling?
That's
You don't have to roll
-2.
because
Oh.
somebody
Never
already knocked out the loose rungs.
Oh, okay, that didn't matter then.
Wait, Nameless. The radiation amulets that we have wouldn't have any way of telling us there's radiation around, would they?
Nope.
Okay.
Let's protect us from it.
But we're not feeling sick.
So, yes, the one room has a bathroom. There is a skeleton in here. Its head is in the toilet. So you can assume whoever died here died very sick.
Hmm.
I am looking around now.
Ouch.
Wait, was this the location that was mentioned for the location of Nissa?
I mean, the information you were given and where you are kind of line up that way.
That would make sense. I'm going to look around.
I go ahead and open the other door.
So you open the other door, and it's a decent-sized room. There's 4 or 5 beds in here. Most of them have skeletons in them, but at the far corner of the room, there's a skeleton clutching another memory stone.
Guys, I found another memory stone. Should I activate it?
Wait
Yep.
for everyone to gather around, then yes.
I attempt to activate the memory stone.
Sorry.
Uh,
So
Intelligence save?
actually, this one is equipped with a button.
I press the button. I do the smart thing.
So the image at first kind of sputters and wavers as a zebra comes into focus for a moment before it flickers out and then refocuses. And Nasa, you recognize it as your mother. You can see the mouth moving, but you don't get any actual audio coming from it. And Paige, go ahead and roll a perception.
Is there anyone here proficient at lip reading?
I succeed by 4.
So, looking over the memory stone, you see that it's basically being held together by the wire casing around it. It is very badly damaged to the point where it's probably unsalvageable. but it will give you the image for however long you can keep it together. So I wouldn't go throwing it if I were you.
Can I attempt to try to lip read?
You can roll intelligence at a -4.
I am not able to, unfortunately.
Yes, not being proficient in lip reading and sign language, since you know everybody.
Wait, no, I literally know ZSL. Is she using ZSL?
No, she is not using ZSL.
Damn it!
I said sign language because, you would need sign language if you were trying to speak to someone who doesn't know how to. My brain is like totally dumping what I was
Do you
trying to
mean
say.
a deaf bunny or a
Can't
deaf
hear you?
zebra?
Yeah, somebody that can't hear you, like trying to like say the words in such a way that they can understand you, or being deaf yourself. As far as I'm aware, you haven't told me your sister was deaf, so.
Me mother, but no, she's not deaf.
But for the most part, you really can't catch, like, there's a few things that it could be, but I don't think you're pretty sure that Gumbo has nothing to do with whatever she's trying to tell you.
Probably.
We're really going there, Nameless.
I mean, have you ever tried lip reading when you don't know exactly what is being said? You can get some
No, and I'm as
weird
like-
shit.
Yeah.
No, it is
Also, we'll probably run under the assumption that it's being spoken in
Zebra.
Zebra.
Yes.
Probably.
You can tell that it is in fact zebra words being used. Nasa.
I feel like I'm just looking at it and being like, ah, yes, that is a language.
Ah, yes, lips are moving is about what you get from this, Petrol.
Is there any, like, what is she doing in the recording of the memory?
Crying. That's
Damn,
really
there's
all
two
you
of
can
us.
see. It's solely focused on her, and is entirely like she's trying to say something and in tears, but the damage to the stone itself is too extensive for it to actually do much more than show you the image.
Slashing. Are
Mm,
there any spells that can repair damaged magical objects?
I
Can you
possibly.
roll thaumaturgy to see if you know anything?
I succeed by 4.
So there are things to make objects like this like all one piece again. However, you would need to know the spell that it was used to create the object in order to make the spell work again, and more than likely it would wipe whatever was on it.
Is possibly, but I would both need to know the spell that originally made this thing work, and there's a high likelihood that it wipes the memory of it.
I see.
You would essentially end up with a brand new version of the same object.
Alright. Is there anything else to glean from the memory stone?
You do see the occasional like chunk of concrete and dust falling in front of her. That's the only thing to tell you what might have been happening when she recorded this.
Am I able to be positive that this skeleton is hers?
I mean, you literally had somebody identifying them. You could always ask her. She's still up at the top of the shaft.
Can some creature go get her? Please.
I'll go and fetch our Kieran friend.
Thank you.
So you go and get Nebula, and when she walks into your room, she looks not nearly as disturbed as you, but like a deep sorrow almost as she like walks through the room and looks at each of the skeletons. And I'm assuming you told her what you guys wanted from her already, Clinker.
Yep.
And when she gets to the skeleton, she sighs and walks over to Nassau, sits on her haunches and gives her a hug and says, "It is her."
Is there anything else you could say about this?
She shakes her head and says, "Other than she died quickly, no."
Alright, I'm going to see if there's anything else on the body.
Go ahead and roll a search.
I don't have search. Can I...
Perception -2. Or scrounge.
I pass.
So you do a little digging around the corpse and you find a small amulet that she looks like she's carved herself. She had carved herself with the likenesses of you and your sister and your father with her as well.
I clutch it to my chest and start crying more.
I walk over and give Argo a hug.
Just as sweet as a Vanessa.
I go over and do the same.
Is this party group hug time?
This is
Yes.
this
Yeah.
is group
Yes,
hug time.
most definitely.
Hug.
You want us to bury her?
It is okay. That will not be necessary. I just want to be left alone with her body for a little bit in order
Okay.
to grieve.
Okay.
Nebula follows the party out of the room.
Yeah.
Thank you all.
One last hug and then go back out.
I think I'm piecing together what happened here. It looks like this was some form of settlement. How big, I don't know. Most of it was likely where that crater is now. And some form of attack was launched against it, probably by the FPC, that caused this level of destruction. And given the pony whose skeleton we saw vomiting into the toilet in the other room, I wouldn't be surprised if, like many other instances of a similar kind of thing, it is accompanied with a fairly high level of radiation. And that's probably, for the bodies in here that aren't suffering from the extreme burns, it was probably the radiation poisoning that killed them.
Mm.
So, likely some kind of terrifying explosive being used.
Nebula's sitting at the edge of the crater, kind of looking out over it, and she nods and says, "Many of them." You do note that her eyes are glowing again.
We sent more than one down here?
She points a hoof in the direction of, like, where you guys are headed and says, "There, not here."
Do you have any idea what was there that caused them to launch such an attack?
She shakes her head.
Wait a minute. Nassau's father, Rousseau. They were probably aiming to kill him.
But his facility was
In the area with the crater, if I remember correctly.
no, it
Yeah,
was way
the
back in the mountains where.
okay, yeah, but if I remember correctly, we got information saying that he was in the crater, that with the large amount of radiation.
On top of that, he could have had multiple offices.
I will point out
They
that
probably-
if you remember the invisible facility, there was an office where you first found out Rousseau was alive.
Yeah.
So
He may have been one of the head arcane scientists.
and the FPC was trying to stop him, and this possibly a very small settlement just got caught in the crossfire.
That seems a bit excessive.
They were clearly prepared for it. Why else have a bunker down there?
So, as you finish saying that, Nebula says because it wasn't a settlement.
Research facility, wasn't it?
What was here?
I see many scientists, lab coats, and whatnot. I don't see children. I don't see elderly.
I put on my radiation amulet and start to explore the crater.
I would hope that you would have already had it on.
Yeah.
So, as you're digging around in the crater, you don't really find much. You find bits and pieces of the building and things like that, but like there's nothing to really imply what hit there.
This is
So-
another research facility. But what were they studying this time around? Was it
Could have
more
been
skilled
anything.
or something even worse?
So, are you guys going to make camp until she's ready to go, or what are you going to do?
It is by this point that I've left the building.
Okay. So, are you going to continue traveling, or what do you plan?
I can continue traveling.
It looks like
It is
wherever
about
we're
midday right now.
it looks like wherever we're trying to go is into the area of crater. If there's anything left, we want to try and find
I
it.
want to point out it's not a majorly huge crater. Like the direction indicated by Nebula was out in the distance. So
So
you're not traveling into the crater.
So that's the direction that we want to head.
Yeah. So
Going back towards the highly irradiated area that we were heading towards when we first got
you guys
found out that.
you guys start traveling again in that direction, and after about half an hour's travel, Nebula just kind of stops and tells you, "I will meet you on the other side. I can go no further," and then takes basically a 90-degree right turn and starts walking in that direction instead.
Okay.
All right. See you later then.
She wishes you safe travels as she continues.
Hopefully we see you again.
So, you guys make it another few hours of travel, and then the sun starts to set.
This is gonna
Same goes.
sound stupid, but do you think anything over time or probably made to survive this type of radiation?
I don't know anything about radiation. I'm sorry.
I would like to try and make a comment, but I would have to ask Nameless if I would know what it is. Which is just that radiation tends to not have a huge impact on, like, objects. It mostly just affects biological things.
You also don't know what all hit here, so I'm going to say don't worry about it.
Okay.
Now, you guys gonna make a camp?
Yeah.
Well,
Might as well.
kinda
Yes.
Yeah.
I'm
You
going to
wanna-
try to camouflage the camp.
Okay.
No flag, Nasa.
I will try not to.
But the flag looks cool.
That's so cool. I don't put the flag up.
Every time you fail that camera roll, you have to put the flag up.
It's now a neon camo flag, too.
Yeah, it's the most stealthy flag you can have in the wasteland.
We are here.
Yes,
So-
neon camo, very inconspicuous.
So
We're disguised as psychos.
That's actually a good point.
So who is going to do first watch?
Me.
Okay.
I'll
I'm
do
gonna
first
do
watch.
first. Oh, wait.
This
Dang.
one.
Okay.
So Nasa and Paige.
I will sit
does.
beside Argo during the night and hand over the broken orb.
This
Assuming
one's
you
actually
wanna-
a cube.
Or the cube, the broken cube.
Ah, yes, the last voicemail that you never delete from a past relative.
You want to hold on to it?
Oof.
Thank you. I appreciate this greatly.
My mom still has the last voicemail she ever got from her mom.
So you guys don't really see anything. The Tantabus is sitting there quietly, although it does seem to be a bit more like on edge than usual. Like you can tell because it's like looking around, like it's not its usual calm demeanor. It's just hard to tell exactly if what might be worrying it because no facial features,
Yeah.
and it also doesn't exactly speak.
Is indistinct blob of blue and purple smoke.
Exactly. Next watch.
No.
I'll go next one.
Okay. I will go ahead and do next watch as well.
Ooh, that's a fail.
Ah.
Good job getting the exact same roll.
How did we even manage that?
Literally the same dice, too. What the 5-4. Bruh.
Okay, well that's two
Literally
failures.
The exact
Hacks.
same roll.
Hacks, what was that I said yesterday about my rolls for everything else other than my gun being absolute garbage?
Yeah.
Sometimes even
At least
rolls
it
by other
wasn't
people
me
pertaining to you.
taking part in this watch.
True,
that?
because then we would have definitely failed.
No,
Oh,
I would
yeah.
have
There would
crit
be
failed.
There'd be a crit fail involved.
Yeah, that is Paige's luck.
Hmm. Okay, well, we see nothing.
You two have been locked in an intense staring contest for the past couple hours. Next watch, I believe,
by
will
the
be...
way-
Go ahead.
By the way, as Moop's waking up, she probably will have noticed Nasa thrashing in her sleep.
Yes, so Moop is only watch for last watch.
Because poo brain changeling.
Unfortunate.
Well, I wonder what's going on here now. Notsa is definitely having a nightmare.
Yes.
Everyone else is. Everyone else. Wait, what's up with the? Oh, great. What's up with the?
The two Pegasi are still locked in staring contest in their sleep now.
been in there
They're laying on
sleep.
their sides. Their eyes are wide open, staring at each other, but you can hear them snoring.
Yes.
Oh,
Our eyes are very bloodshot at this point.
I close their eyes because I know that's not good for their eyes.
Yes, because you doctor. Well, closest to doctor that you have right now.
So, DM.
Anything else I say before I do the?
So you do hear something outside of like your range of vision moving around, but that's about it.
All right, so there's definitely something close by. Maybe the Tansibus knows. Pulls out the freaking Ouija board. Because I'm surprised you guys didn't. I have multiple copies of the Ouija board.
Well, I would have, but staring contest.
The Tantibus seems a bit.
Much
You were trying to do that for the Tantibus, right?
Yes.
No,
Yes.
we're using it to actually try and talk to ghosts.
So the Tantibus seems a bit too agitated to.
Spell it out for
Yeah.
us.
All right. If that's the case, then I'll keep my guard up.
That's
Take out the spear and getting ready to fight.
concerning.
It is now morning.
As we are
Jack.
waking up, I tell Moop about the nightmares.
That is the wrong channel.
Make sure you make your health rolls. Good job, you failed.
I think I crit failed. Does anything happen if I crit fail the health check?
No.
Okay.
Crit failed because you were staring with your eye. Your eyes were open while you were sleeping. That passes.
So is that for you or is that a +1?
Oh, that's a +1. I'm good. I have like no health issues
Okay.
in character.
Okay, at least
I'm actually still at full health, surprisingly.
I am almost back to full health somehow.
So I
I'm
need
at-
everybody to roll a quick perception check.
Oh, boy.
Wait,
great.
someone's gonna talk to me.
Oh, I was just going to say that I had some nightmares last night.
And what were those nightmares? I say as I'm patching up the Clinker, who clearly failed.
I had nightmares about what she may have told me, any warnings she may have given, any information that may have been really important, and it was all things I did not want to hear.
There's a lot of unknowns about life, and I know it bugs you, but maybe someday you'll be able to find it. You do have the cube, right? Maybe you'll be able to use that later on when you learn how to read lips better.
Maybe. But reading lips is actually pretty complicated. That is why sign languages exist. Because if all you had to do was read lips, then it wouldn't be that difficult. But whatever.
I know, but I mean, it's something to look forward to. It's not all doom and gloom. And sure, you'll get some nonsense here and there from reading lips, but eventually you'll be able to get it, and you won't be in the dark all the way. And I'm sorry, just keep messing this up.
It's
But-
okay. Thank you very much, Moop. I give her a hug.
I give hug back since I'm done with Clinker.
Clinker joins in hug.
Very fitting. Warm hug this time. Hey.
So,
Okay. After we're done with the hug, I turn to Clinker, but then it comes back to me like a real quick moment. I'm just like, oh snap. Okay, guys, I just remembered something with the Tantibus. I heard something last night in my watch. It was too far away for me to see it, but the Tantibus was definitely on edge.
So that perception check that you guys did, you notice there are lots of drag marks. Like something big and heavy got moved around you guys during the night. Mostly from the direction you were going. They're going across that way, and like there is like a one or two smaller ones that go around behind you.
Well, I didn't notice it. I failed.
I couldn't see it, but I definitely heard it. How did it manage to get past me with that?
May have happened during second wash. I didn't hear anything.
I saw the Tantibus agitated, but beyond that,
If it happened during me and Petrol's watch, I mean,
We didn't see anything.
we didn't see anything. Yeah.
what are you talking about?
Y'all need to get your eyes because when I got on my shift, y'all were sleeping with your eyes dead open, staring right into each other.
Well, I can assure you, we definitely were not doing that for the entire watch shift.
I think you're forgetting. I think you forget that when you fly, you have air rushing them really fast anyway.
This is a moment.
So it's probably
where
fun.
Totally, if this was 5th edition, have you rolled a deception check?
Well, you can still tell everyone to make a perception check.
I mean, I could make an intelligence check with some kind of disadvantage.
Nah, I'm not worried about it. It's not that big of a deal. So, are you guys gonna start your travels again?
Yes,
Yeah.
Might as
that
well.
would be
Does seem
smart.
like what we do.
You know what to do.
Yes, of course. So,
Hey, I finally passed a roll!
I'm pretty sure Cameo did not.
I think I passed.
So you're saying you're finally on a roll?
But
pass.
I shall see
Ins-
myself out.
Insert laugh track.
I do not see anything, but I do make my way.
You survive, but you're blind. Oh, that's a crit fail.
Yeah, so I don't see anything.
oh no,
Uh,
not
no,
again.
we do the bad see, not the you don't see.
I am a
Or
bit
go-
preoccupied.
Any direction but north, please, for the love of God, any direction but north.
Oh no,
Remember
her
the
survival
100?
was,
Fine.
yeah, her survival was good.
Yes,
This
I mean
is-
her.
This is
Okay.
the C part of it, because she
Yeah.
has to do perception check as well. So,
So what happens if our leader knows where they're going, but
doesn't see anything.
okay, well this will be interesting. Because usually
Probably
looking
at the floor.
As you guys are walking, you know, Nasaw's up at the front. All of a sudden, Nasaw's not there.
That's what I expected.
What?
Did she just was it like we turn around at one moment she's there and then we turn around and look back and she's gone? Or just like she vanishes in front of our very eyes?
Also, so you can go take a closer look.
I make a closer look.
Gonna hover above where she disappeared and take a closer look.
Paige, was that a pass for you?
I did pass when I did my search or my perception. It was
Are you
success-
also going to take a closer look?
Yes, but I'm gonna have the butt of the spear kind of pointing outwards, just in case there's something there. But I
Well,
won't really do the stabbies.
I would make
Yes.
suggestion of
So,
hover because if ground is like sinkhole, pit trap or
It's
something.
it's already. She said she was
Yeah.
walking forward, so she also.
Also,
disappeared.
I actually don't know how to fly either, so
The two that have disappeared need to make a dexterity check now, as the rest of the party comes up to what appears to have been an absolutely massive crater.
I
very-
succeed by 4.
Strangely abrupt one. You don't need to make... You already saw it, Paige.
Yeah, I'm
Oh.
gonna start hovering.
The zebra and the dragon, however, need to make dexterity check.
Well, it looks like they already did. It's just whether or not they passed.
They both passed.
Pass.
I'm pretty sure Argo passed because
Yeah, I would hope.
Argo has Dex. So
Mhm.
you guys are looking down into a crater that is somehow a perfect bowl shape. Like it looks like half of a sphere just landed here and then disappeared. And Clinker, roll area knowledge.
Okay.
Not a good sign, but sure.
That is a pass by 5.
So you've heard of phenomenon like this, but it normally is something that you see closer to, say, Manhattan, where lots of mega spells hit. So
This is a mega spell crater.
Paige can roll Thaumaturgy to see if Paige knows anything magical that could have done this.
I succeed by 6
Yes.
by base.
This was a black hole spell.
Petrol!
What?
Hacks.
What
No,
did
Hacks. I was in the middle of typing. I was thinking the same thing.
I had literally just DM'd Petrol. Mini black hole bomb?
So what I'm hearing is Nameless has secret access to our DMs because he keeps on getting exactly what's going on in our DMs.
Either that, or he's just pulling from, common sci-fi ideas, and that's just something I understand.
Or Nameless is just being predictable.
That's rarely the case.
So
Yeah, that is
And
really.
now I'm going to get punished for saying that.
You
What
had to
do-
say that one out loud, Paige.
for the two that slid down the side of the crater, there is like a small pool of water of a very odd green color and some really unhappy looking plants. But other than that, there's not really much down there.
So there's no depressed carrots.
No depressed
I
carrots.
bet
No.
there are. Press
Okay.
parsnips.
I'm gonna find out and see if I can see the other two.
I will
I
join the vigil in the flying down and trying to find them.
They're fairly easy to spot. The vegetation looks very like stunted in its growth.
Also, Moop is bright red.
And as you get close, all 4 of you need to roll dexterity.
That should be a pass.
Yes.
Yes, that is a pass.
Good job. I could tell that was a fail, Petrol.
If any of our base stats are that high, I think that you've given us too many points, Nameless.
Cameo, was that yours? Yep. Okay, so specifically for Cameo and Petrol, you guys watch the plants suddenly come alive, and both of you get caught up in a surprisingly thick amount of vine that you didn't notice before because it was hiding in the dying vegetation.
Right.
I'm flying back.
Oh,
to
great.
You two are now restrained.
I'm flying back to the rest of the party, and
I'm going to try to help them out.
saying, hey, Slashing, it looks like some plants came alive down there and have tangled up, Vigil and Moop.
I'm going to try to help get them out.
So you can roll a strength at a -2.
That failed.
Okay.
Saw, get away from me!
I attempt to dispel magic on the plants at the bottom of the pit.
I back up.
As far as you can tell, nothing happened.
Ah,
Also, distance is how far can you cast that?
dispel magic area. That is the important thing to know.
It is very large crater.
I was about to say, you're not down there, right?
vaguely farts dispel magic in a direction.
It's in character for slashing, to be fair.
Yes, I'd back up.
And I see Nasa back up. I'm like, all right, here. It's like, let's see if this will stop it. Hold on, let me check something real quick.
That was... See, for most things in this system, that would be great. But for a damage roll, not so much.
That's not damage roll. I'm checking for something else.
I mean, if that's a damage roll, that's actually pretty good because that's quite low.
Well, if it was damage being dealt to you, but I was assuming that she was breathing fire on the plants.
The spell within the area.
Are you forgetting dragons also have claws?
That's true.
Also, we're restrained, though. That's another thing you gotta realize.
Hmm.
I was thinking that fire breath would be the way out because plants.
Yes, and again, with the restraining issue, like, how am I supposed to take a swing? Also, I'm
Sometimes take a
sad.
swing, you have claws that actually connect like a saw.
It
How?
doesn't give an actual range on dispel magic.
So, Paige, like, as long as you can see it, you can, in theory, dispel it.
Apparently, that's a crit. That's what I was checking.
Class, college, duration, base cost, time to cast, prereqs. Yeah, the fandom wiki has nothing about range.
So, Nameless, that's your decision to make.
I'm
Is
going to go with touch from here on out. Because I'm pretty sure that's what dispel magic for D&D is.
Well, dispel magic is an area of effect spell.
Is it?
Yeah.
What is the range in D&D then?
But no, I'm talking about in
In
GURPS
GURPS.
itself.
Oh,
It's area effect.
It's an area of effect spell. That's why it can hit
Then-
multiple spells at the same time. It just can't affect enchantments.
wait, then it might be that fucking D&D is also a area of effect.
I could try and check.
Because if it's the same, if it's basically the same spell, we'll just default to 5e's rules on it.
Range / area for 5e is 120 feet.
Okay. So, yeah, we'll go with that. Just like, I guess, convert it to yards. Because GURPS is measured in yards.
Well, divide by 3, so 40.
Yes.
And how deep is this hole?
More than that. By a
Bigger
lot.
than that!
You got about a quarter of the way down.
Ah, okay.
Holy shit, that's massive. If 40 yards is like a quarter, fucking hell.
It was created by a black hole, Petrol.
Yeah.
I am
Yeah.
crying.
Oh, don't worry, I've been crying a long time ago. Like,
Moon has chimed in.
less than an hour.
That doesn't mean much to me, Moon, so we will discuss that later. For now, we are just going with D&D. So are you guys going to do something, or are you just going to wiggle there?
I said I was gonna do something. I got a fucking crit, but then the damage was like, nope. Unless I was supposed to do something else for the damage, because I don't know how the fuck you're supposed to.
Crit would be ×2, since you're not, like, aiming. Like, there's no body part for you to aim at.
So then it'll be 10. I'm still mad that I got it so low.
But you really
yeah.
didn't tell me what you were doing, so...
I did say
Yeah.
that I was gonna set it on. Use the fire breath on it.
Oh, I thought you told somebody that you weren't, but okay.
No, that
She
was
saying
when
no
they
for
were
claws.
Oh,
Yeah, because we were restrained.
okay. So the you do manage to burn through the vine that's around you. However, the ground shakes and something very large makes a shrieking noise as it bursts through the bottom of the crater to be a very large, very angry looking plant with a flower full of teeth.
Okay. So,
Okay, part of me is in
big-
awe, part of me is in fear.
A reasonable response.
the one of the
Clinker.
responses I could have is break apart the walls of this cave, but with very party members.
Hint. So, how exactly is it grappled onto me?
You're entangled in its vine. It gets wrapped
Okay.
around you. You will not be able to fly.
So it's all around me and including like grabbing onto me, sort of thing.
Yes.
Okay. Trying to consider my options, which is set to a whole lot of not much.
Clinker, you do need to make will save.
Understandable. That's a pass. So I have not fainted yet.
Yes, but
Keyword
it is
is
not
yet.
a fun sight.
No, I probably just go to retreat to the edge of the crater at this
I'm
point.
backing off as well.
Moop and I next to each other at all?
Moop,
I'm
Or is this
still-
in the same rough area?
you guys are both at the bottom of the crater still. You are on the same side of the plant. Is very big plant though.
Okay, so we're still separated. You
You are also up in the air at the moment.
I can think of absolutely nothing to do then.
It's clear we got a fire weakness. I'm gonna do that again. I hope I don't get such pathetic damage.
Okay. Are you making that to the main body or to Petrol's restraining?
Petrol's restraining area.
Okay.
The-
So, Petrol, you need to make a dex save. Guess just roll dex.
Yep, pass.
Okay. So
What I'm hearing is Moon, go fuck yourself.
yeah, that for now, yeah.
Where does Moon always pull these charts out of?
Somewhere that I don't know where it is. But
Moon has his own gizmo portal.
Yeah, Hacks, did you forget rule 1? Never question Moon?
Oh,
Because Moon does Moon things.
yeah.
this is true. So, what you managed to free yourself before you get scorched by, sudden flaming vines, but you have set yourself free. What do?
Not die.
Moop, do you still have that spear or something on your back? Or any sort of bladed weapon?
Yeah, I also got a sword.
I'm going to grab the sword and see if I can cut the vines away from it.
I can try to take a shot if you want me to, but
The two of you are free right now.
Oh, we're both free.
Yes.
Yes.
She freed herself first.
Make a fair point. My brain is
Still-
not functional today.
to shoot fire at
Probably get rid of.
legs.
Yeah, my brain is not functional today.
Is it ever?
When is it ever?
Okay, shut up, y'all.
I
I like how
that
all of us had the exact same reaction.
We all had the same reaction.
Oh, that was.
And I
great.
like how both me and Nameless said it at the same time.
That was perfect. That belongs in the highlights.
Yeah, I was about to say that is a blooper if I ever
That's-
saw one.
Yeah,
Yep.
But
my response.
Bruh. I want to now aim for the main body. That should be possible. It's gigantic as fuck, so it should be hard to miss.
Should be.
You would think.
But the thing came out of the fucking ether, so it can probably go back to the ether, so I don't know.
I think it came out of the ground.
Ground is a type of ether, okay?
just don't question it. So plant be angry. Plant do attack.
As expected.
Roll a dexterity.
Pass.
Or actually, it would be dodge. Dodge, or yeah, you can
That
only
should still be a
dodge.
pass.
Is that an overall pass?
I mean, most things have a requirement of 10.
It actually depends, and it also depends on weight. It's up in the top right-ish corner of your
Yeah,
sheet.
it's under encumbrance, move, and dodge.
Assume lightweight. Because dexterity, weight, and a whole bunch of other things factor into whether or not a character is able to dodge.
It is right on the dot.
So you were able to dodge as the plant slams a tentacle-like vine just like right on top of where you were momentarily.
So it has a body of sorts, yes.
It has a stalk.
Hmm.
Can I
I'm
try
going to-
taking a shot at the stock?
You can go ahead and try.
The way that this phrase sounds very concerning. But I will try. That is a pass.
Okay. Go ahead and roll damage.
Don't
One
mention you can try is
second.
less concerning to hear than are you sure you want to do that?
I'm going to just start asking that on a regular basis just to throw you off. Specifically you.
9 damage.
Great.
Okay. Yeah, that way whenever it actually matters, you're going to be like, yeah, this one can't matter.
Either that or I'll just assume every single one matters and never do anything again.
Yeah, that actually sounds more like you. So, is it the rest of the party going to do a thing?
I'm going to take a shot.
Set more fires.
I mean, of course, that's a hit.
Okay, there.
17 damage.
Okay.
I don't know.
Paige, you can yeet rocks. You
I
can always
know.
try that.
So you can't laser blast.
But
If I remember correctly, I sold my laser blaster.
Yes, I believe you did.
So you can't magical blast either.
But now I can make a stone. I have created a stone.
Have you tried magical blasting? I create a stone.
Hey, later I will throw the stone.
I will just. Pej, was it just me, or is I have created a stone sound like something Jeremy Clarkson would say?
Yes, it does. I have created a stone.
I can actually think of a few people that would say something like that on YouTube. So,
Yeah, fair enough.
A genius. It's almost frightening.
is everybody done?
Doing another
And
fire.
actually, I could have made an earthquake, but I don't
sounds
think anyone
terrible.
else wants me to use that.
I mean,
That would be dangerous when two of the folks in there cannot fly.
I'm sorry, is Slashing Shadow just secretly like a fucking a graveler or something this whole time?
Well, I do meta magic stuff. But my specialty is earth magic.
so you're from Bussing Say.
I don't know.
Well, there is no war in Bossing Say.
Of course there isn't. There's never a war in Bussing Say.
But there's
I'm
no
not
more
going
war
to
in
know.
Bossing Say.
What
It's
the fuck are you
gone.
talking about?
Bossing Say got mixed snatched.
I don't know what you're on about. Please continue.
So, Plant does attack again. This time after Petrol.
Oh, great.
Petrol, you gonna dodge?
Oh, fuck. My dodge is really low.
We have faith in you!
I did it. I fucking did it. Thank you, Hax. Hax, you did it.
Perfection.
I was intending for that to end with never mind, but apparently not.
Hax, you saved me.
Our
job.
earthquake is actually there.
Apparently Dice Maiden has a sense of irony.
And comedic timing.
So it is now the party's turn to do a thing.
I will aim for one more turn.
Okay.
I will take another
Fire.
shot.
Fire away.
Shot landed.
Okay.
Uh, 14 damage.
Okay.
17
wow.
damage on my end. Woo.
Okay!
So
The flame was blue.
the plant goes up in smoke, in fire, and dies. Petrol and Moop need to roll dexterity.
Oh, come on. It's a fail by one.
Dice Maiden says, you can dodge, but not this.
I dodge it just barely. That is literally on the fucking nose.
So, Nameless, what happened to me?
Well, I'm assuming flaming plant corpse falls on you.
Yes.
That
Take
does sound about
12
right.
points of damage.
Remember, do you still have your armor? I'm pretty sure you do.
Yes, I do.
He has a flak jacket. I'm not entirely sure that helps about burning plant falling on you.
I mean, it gives me a DR of 7 on my torso.
Oh, okay then.
And then there's just me standing up top with a glowing stone.
It's like, I have a rock! Oh,
Oh, that can actually be used to put out the fire, though, because that body is big, so it'll
I-
probably take a while to
I
burn.
throw it at the flaming body.
rock bounces off the flaming body. Rock was not effective.
No, I would assume luck buries itself into flaming body.
It was a high-speed rock.
Either way, rock was not effective.
I notice what happens to Vigil and try to get him out of off the flaming thing. Get the flaming thing. Yes, there you go. Yes. Fuck English.
Get
What is
him
English?
flaming thing. We speak Ponish.
I mean, fuck common. Fuck common. Fuck Polish. No words here. Rar, 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 rar.
So, you guys can do your perception and survival for continued travel now.
So, that certainly fucking tickled. Ow.
Alright, I pass.
I critically succeed my look at things.
I forgot what the hell I roll after
Isn't
first
it-
aid.
Do you not have Doc's book of medical things still? Because I believe
I do, but hold on.
I think it's a d6 minus something is the healing. Isn't it like -3 or something?
I don't know. I
That's
don't
right.
do healing. I do
That's right,
magic.
the one that kept getting negatives on me. I remember.
It's D6 -4 plus measure of success.
Moon wrote a poem about the rock.
Yes. I will just name every rock I make Pock now.
It's not a boulder. It's a rock.
If I spend more of my fatigue points, I can make bigger Pocks.
And what, you going to name that one Tom?
If I get it big enough.
so.
What is 13 minus 7?
6.
Okay, then.
Holy shit.
Wait! There you go. I accidentally had
Okay.
a freaking creep. I just copied and pasted.
It still puts me back to max health.
Okay.
That's my perception. I was expecting a crit fail there, honestly, but no, it's a pass.
See,
I said before, I critically succeeded my C things.
So, as you guys push forward, give me just a sec.
I see. Magic Stone.
I don't see anything.
Okay, sorry about that. I was yelling at my brother to close the blinds because I'm getting blinded.
There's certainly a lot more background noise from your end, Nameless.
What's that?
So what you're saying is... That's fine. So what you're saying is you're blinded by the light.
Yes.
Of my cathode ray.
God damn it. I knew where it was going. I was hoping nobody would continue it. Now, continuing on, as you guys are traveling, you see things off in the distance that seem to be like peeking over the hill at you.
Ah,
Because there's several hills up ahead. Whether they're naturally formed or not, you don't know. But there are things looking over them at you.
I wave at them.
No reaction.
That is generally not the appropriate response to things looking at you in the wasteland slashing.
What if I yell hi? Do you think that'll get them to respond?
I think that is the opposite of the correct response to things looking at you in the wasteland, Moop.
I'm just saying hi.
Things in the wasteland generally don't want to be said hi to. And you generally don't want to say hi to them. Because they usually want to kill you.
Yeah, normally.
Normally, but not always. There's always exceptions. And we don't know if these guys are the exceptions or not.
But the majority of the probability is that they want to kill you.
There's always a chance. They would not.
So,
But there's a bigger chance that they do!
sun is setting. It is getting dark. Time to make camp.
Oh no, those things are watching us.
Meanwhile, you smell the strong smell of urine coming from the direction of Clinker.
So I actually need to check. I might have crit this.
The camp is just literally invisible.
Yeah, and they can't see us anymore.
Be right back.
It's like we complete the camp, and then phase out of existence, and they go, "Wait, huh? Where'd they go?"
No, I didn't crit. It is normal. It's off
Oh,
by
Dang
1.
it. No camp
No.
in a suit.
no invisible camp.
So, who is first watch?
I will be on first watch.
Well, I guess I'll take the other
Wait.
half of first watch, since no one else will.
You could have one person per watch. You know that, right?
I
mean,
like
I-
that she's finally pointing out this logic on something that I have
Yes.
said on multiple occasions.
But the idea of only one chance for a past perception roll on a watch makes me nervous.
Don't
That
worry.
doesn't matter. That's
ha-
metagaming.
Listen,
Fair enough.
how about this? I can do first watch by myself. Would that be
Okay.
okay with y'all?
Yeah, that's fine.
If you need anything, just let us know.
Don't worry, I
I'll be
know
very
you will.
Okay.
And as I'm doing my watch, if anyone stays up, you can probably figure out what I am doing. But if no one stays up, then you will not know. I pass, by the way.
Okay. So while you're doing your watch, you do see like shapes moving just outside the firelight of the campfire. They don't seem to be coming towards you, but they're around. Tantibus is a bit more jumpy than they were last night.
I tried to do some communication with the Tantibus as part of the time.
Again, seems too agitated to actually attempt spelling out what they are thinking. Next watch.
I'll take it.
Also, you need to message me what you are doing.
Yes, I am sending that.
So,
I
Paige,
see things.
you see a lot of the same that I just described for Nasa.
Okay. I guess I wake up next watch.
I guess I'll go on then. Pass.
Okay, give me just a sec.
Clunk of a keyboard.
Yeah.
Don't make fun of DM. He can kill you in less than a second.
I'm well aware.
Rocks fall. Everyone dies.
No, that is incorrect.
Depends on the rock.
I mess
Not
up my
a rock.
magic and cause an earthquake.
It's not a boulder. It's a
Or I
rock.
successfully cast my magic and cause earthquake. We do not know.
So, give me just a maybe.
Slashing accidentally causes a wild magic earthquake in their sleep. Rocks fall. Everyone dies.
Fucking Richter 10.
If I put enough fatigue points into it, it can be.
Oh no.
One fatigue point for every step up on the Richter scale.
I feel like you can just walk up at that point, walk up to any building and just collapse it.
Actually, that is I can reach the level of earthquake to do that.
So,
I mean, there's a new scale that made it stronger than
for
Richter, but
Vigil,
yeah.
as the sun is starting to come up, you get a better look at these things that have been basically just let's see.
Watching us?
Silence exists.
You okay there, Nameless?
Just answering something.
What a great time to trail off.
So, you see them, like, at first, you thought a pile of melted corpses was moving by, until you get a closer look and realize they're not so much corpses, but they are melted together.
Okay.
Oh,
They're dragging themselves along using various limbs, tentacles, tendrils, you name it. There's a few wings trying to force flight out of things much too large to sustain it.
That is disgusting.
And I'm talking like not a pair of wings. I'm talking like 7
I'm well
different
aware.
wings on one creature that are varying sizes and shapes.
This is an absolute monstrosity, an abomination upon society. So,
Currently, it doesn't appear to be interested in the party other than like every time they go past, they like dozens of eyes look at you, but they're not actively hostile at the moment.
So this thing is not exactly intelligent per se.
Not that you can
It's
tell.
just not hostile.
Are we still all asleep, by the way?
Yes, this is like early in the morning.
Right.
Like this is before he would have woken all of y'all up.
So this is the hour that we stay up to then.
Yeah, pretty much.
Okay, so, honestly, I'm considering putting it out of its misery.
Yes, I had a feeling that we were going to be woken up by the crack of gunshot.
So, if you want to, you can try, but there is no obvious, yes, this is vitals or head or... No, it's just one kind of amorphous blob at this point of, like, melted flesh and body parts.
Yeah.
So you have
I mean,
no guarantee on whether or not you can actually kill it.
because I can't imagine any sapient creature wants to live its life like that.
you're saying it's sapient.
On top of that, there is a chance that might have been the only life it had. It probably doesn't know anything else. You're not sure.
Either way, it can't exactly be great.
I don't imagine that it's having fun right now.
It's one of those creatures where life is a total pain for it.
So, what do?
I'm going to wake up the party and let them know that if I call out for help, please shoot in my direction, because I'm probably going to be slaughtered otherwise.
What the heck is going on?
Why?
Monstrosity upon life as we know it. I'll be back.
I mean, just
What?
because
See if we
you
can
saw
see
yourself
what he's
in the
talking
mirror,
about.
Yeah.
The thing is kind of like blobbing its way along the landscape at the moment, so if you roll perception, you will be able to spot it if you pass.
I
I pass and probably promptly piss myself.
Roll a will save.
Oh, that actually also passes.
What did you say?
does anyone
because you
remember?
found a way to look at yourself doesn't mean you should be talking such shit.
Remember that town that we walked through a long time ago?
Yeah, this reminds me of the town that had been passed through by Plague King.
So roll an area knowledge at a -3.
Okay. Of course. That's a fail.
Like, so you're like aware that there have been stories of these things, but you don't know what those stories were.
I'm sorry, so, Dice Maiden. You give me an
Your
8
book?
on the roll that prevented the comedic moment, and then a 15 on the roll I actually needed.
Yeah, sounds about right.
Would there be any chance your book has it, given that you have the special book, or would it not be in there?
I can look through the book, but I don't particularly remember anything about this.
Okay, so because that is a monstrosity, I shall fire a shot at it.
By the way, I'm kind of detached from the party a bit at this moment. Just kind of on my own in a way.
Well, that's a hit.
Like, emotionally.
Unless it's some kind of weaved warp, there's nothing in the book on it.
So weave warp would refer to somebody that has like scarring, but like not actual. Like this would be closer to a spell spawn, but not of the deliberate variety.
Right.
Alright, so I fired a shot for 17 damage at center mass.
So the instant that the bullet connects with the thing, everybody needs to roll a will save.
Oh, fun.
Another
Oh,
one.
what is this?
I pass.
That's it. Okay, I pass.
I also pass.
Why is
Pass.
my will so high? Is will just
Did
intelligence?
everyone pass that?
What is will based on? And why is mine so high?
I think it's based off intelligence.
Oh, well, that would be why.
So whenever you guys whenever it connects, this thing lets out a shriek that made up of dozens of voices that isn't just the sound. And you guys can feel the not necessarily feel the actual pain, but you can feel the pain that the creature is trying to express as it comes barreling towards y'all at a speed that its bulk would not necessarily imply, or lack of, actual symmetrical limbs.
Are there any nearby clouds in the sky?
No, but the sky does have a strange green haze to it.
Well,
Greenish yellow.
I'm just gonna fly up and hover there for a while, I guess. Where this thing can't get to me. I was hoping for a cloud to rest on, but apparently I'm not gonna get that.
So what I'm hearing is, if we see rain, we know it's not a cloud.
Yes, Petrol. A golden rain.
Covering my-
that was bad. That was really bad. Funny, but bad. So, go ahead for everybody else that's in the path of it still. Roll a dodge.
I
think
pass.
I'm out of the way of it because I established that at the beginning.
Nope. I don't dodge.
The fuck, Vigil?
I mean, look at the thing.
7 points of just bludgeoning damage as you get pelted with everything from hooves to claws to fists to you're not even sure what else is hitting you, but it hurts.
Wait a minute, there aren't even many creatures with hands. What the what is that thing?
Nope, I'm now reeling.
From 4 damage?
Or,
Sorry, 7. Actually, 7, that makes more sense, yeah. For some reason I thought 4. Brain be dumb.
I take it
Are
you were
you-
not quite at full health yet?
Are you not wearing the armor? Because I could have sworn you had armor.
Oh wait, it hit me in the torso, did it?
If I don't specify, then it hit torso.
Oh, I took no damage.
Good job.
It's not. I will say it is not a comfortable attack, though. It still hurts. Just because you don't take damage doesn't mean it doesn't hurt.
I forgot I was wearing armor.
You're wearing fairly enchanted armor, no less.
You should keep track of that.
Yes. So, Blob is currently beating the tar out of Slashing. What does the party do?
Take another shot.
As much as I'd like to get involved, I think I need to stay back. I don't know if I can.
Well,
use
now,
falling at this point.
6. Now that's a crit.
Okay.
Just a natural reaction. I'm just gonna try to kick it.
Petrol, how
It does
do you crit with that dang rifle?
all the time. That's 44 damage.
Yeah, I don't hit.
Okay. Everybody roll a will save. Again, as it once again lets the world know that that just hurt.
I passed yet again.
Nope,
I
Passed
passed yet again.
I failed.
So there is no rain.
Oh wow. So you take 12 damage from, the psychic bludgeoning. It rolled its max damage for it.
Let me just see if I'm still conscious. I actually do stay conscious. I'm assuming I don't have any way to negate this damage.
Nope. This ignores armor. It is not just attacking your body, it is bludgeoning your mind.
Yeah.
It is very unhappy looking. But it's really difficult to tell if you've done enough damage that it's actually injured it, because it was already oozing things by the time it got to you.
I just did 44 damage to it.
Fucking bite it!
Well, that was unexpected, but not unwelcome. My dad just walked in and handed me a thing of sushi.
Okay.
I'm going to attempt to kick it again. I fail.
I'll be right back.
I try with the fire.
Okay. It does not attempt to move out of the way. It is currently focused on beating the ever-living shit out of Paige.
11 damage.
So
21 damage.
it finally slumps to the ground, and you can hear weird burbling noises coming from it, but it seems it might be dead. Maybe? It's really hard to tell, though, because it is still actively oozing things, still making funky noises, and good lord, now that you are not currently being attacked by it, you realize, holy shit, does this thing stink. It is
What is
very familiar reek of death and decay.
Can I try to roll a spirit lore to see what it is, if I would know something about it in that way?
Yes.
I'm gonna roll Arcana as well.
Shoot it!
I don't actually pass that.
I passed that.
So for Nasa, you're not sure if it's spirit related. You had heard of a particularly powerful spirit that could do things like this, but you don't know if that's actually real or just like an old wives' tale. And for Paige, if it's what you think it might be, then this may be a spell spawn that is the result of a combination of whatever hit this and radiation. Wildly out of control cancer, essentially.
Magic cancer just attacked us.
So it's a good thing it's dead.
I have returned.
Right.
If it's dead.
Yes.
If it's dead. And on top of that, there was no point in shooting it!
It shouldn't be alive. It was suffering.
How are you the judge of that? We're not sure what this thing really is and the type of life it has. Like, dude, we could have avoided this whole thing.
I mean, I think I could take a guess as to how this got the way it is.
You can also roll Physician Loop to see more about its condition, because you now have a dead specimen right there. Deadish, maybe, possibly.
Hopefully.
Based on all of the death stuff surrounding it, I feel like it might have to do with Rosso.
Yeah, I'm gonna check the body out now.
So, looking over the body, the first thing you notice is a lot of varying types of diseases. Like, you've seen some of these mentioned in Doc's little book of medical stuff. And it's not a pleasant sight. There's sores open with infections. And, like, it's just horrible. And it's also a good part of the smell. You kind of poke around and move some of the, like, flabby tissue that has been just kind of it's you can see like decaying tissue all through it. Like, if this thing felt anything anymore, which is very highly questionable, it was probably very much dead. Like, to like the feeling, like in because of how much damage could have been done to the nerves. But if it did feel anything, it would be in a lot of pain.
I guess Vigil was right on this one. Hold on, wait. Would I be able to tell if it's like dead at this point? Like, actually dead?
Well, you're kind of used to things that, have pulses. And defined body parts. And you can't find any pulses, but that doesn't mean much considering like some of the limbs that it was waving around, like now that you take a closer look, had advanced necrosis and things like that. So it's hard to tell which limbs were actually like living limbs and which ones were just attached.
I see.
It'd probably be a good idea not to attack more of those things.
You also, during your examination, find that most of the bullets that hit it didn't go all the way through it.
Oh, well, that's definitely a sight.
Oh god, so even the crit 44 didn't do that.
I mean, it did go pretty in, but it's not that in.
I will say that one would be the deepest in, but it was not horribly deep considering the size and bulk of the creature.
So what you're saying is that we just shot a giant slab of ballistics gel.
Effectively.
Ballistic gel that could run up to us at insane fucking speeds.
And dealt massive amounts of psychic damage for the system. So, yeah. Fun stuff. What do you guys do now?
So yeah, let's like agree to not do that.
I mean, I don't know about you, but I was already sure of not doing that.
I'm looking at Vigil right now.
It was clearly suffering, so I made sure that didn't happen.
But it didn't seem to be aggressive towards us until you shot at it. Then it tried to kill us.
Well, specifically, it tried to kill me.
Well, that's because you're the only one who didn't move out of the way.
I tried.
I will say there was an attempt made, but, wasn't fast enough.
I try to avoid death when it is not necessary.
So, are you guys going to begin the travel?
That would probably be for the best.
Yes.
Okay, you know what to do.
Yes, that is true. I pass survival.
Paid.
I pass perception.
Okay, so that's pass on the perception. We still get to make health checks, yes?
Yes.
Okay, that's a pass. I am 1 point away from being back to full health.
You guys got your full rest, but, doing the...
I don't pass my health. Unfortunate.
Did Cameo succeed, or...?
Yay! I'm back to full health. Let's see how quickly I can bung it up this time.
Out of nowhere, rock hits Clinker. Takes 50 damage. I kid.
That sounds terrible.
Would you even survive 50 attacks?
Barely, but yes.
I would
Exactly.
not.
Yeah, because I believe you're still pretty low right now.
I'm at negative 21.
So, you guys do the travels again. And you see more of these things. No two ever look exactly the same. Some of them have like big gaping maws, others have like no discernible orifices but make weird squealing noises as they move. And like it's just a whole lot of nope just moving around. For the most part, they don't seem terribly interested in you. They're doing whatever the hell it is they're doing. After a while, though, you in the distance you see a bunch of what looks like they were at one point buildings in the middle of what looks like a big green pool of something. You assume fluid because of the color.
Do we just nope around this?
I vote for nope around this.
I will try to avoid if possible.
So, as you guys make it past, you come to the side of the mountain where there are a pair of very, very large doors. And the first thing you notice about the doors is they look like the type of big fuck off, you can't come in here doors that are split in two. You also notice that there is evidence of a lot of shit hit this place at one point. And there is actively green and purple and blue and like all kinds of different colors of fire just like pouring out of it. And you can see what appears to have been a building at some point. Not far from it. But you know, it's just a foundation. And all of y'all's amulets are currently like practically burning because of how hot they are right now.
My guess is there's a lot of radiation in this area.
How hot are they burning?
If you have ever accidentally touched a pan that came out of the oven or like was sitting on the stove for a good amount of time, that's about what it feels like right now. It is not actively on fire, if that's what you are asking.
No, but I just wanted to check something.
It's just kind of an extremely uncomfortable heat that most of you will probably be trying to avoid touching it. Like, you can't take it off because it's pretty obvious that at this point, if you take it off, you can count down the rest of your life in seconds. But it is also not fun to touch. Also,
So what you're saying is there's an imprint of the amulet is on my chest right now.
I need Vigil to roll an intelligence -3.
Why would you ever get me to roll intelligence? Because you know with the -3 that's a fail.
Because reasons.
That would be a pass normally, but with the -3, that's not happening.
Pat's the average
So-
IQ.
From what information you guys have gathered, this is probably where you were headed. But the question is whether the now smooth foundation or the big burning doors that are kind of split in the middle are where you were actually needing to go.
And
Like, it looks like something really big and really tough, like, punched those doors in. Like,
I'm also worried as to why you got me to roll.
I'm gonna cast Dispel Magic on the fires.
it has no effect.
Okay.
Can I roll my spirit lore? I'm going to be wearing my mask during this.
Go ahead and roll.
Wait, is that a crit?
What's your spirit
Depends on how
lore?
high the stat is.
One moment. What is my spirit lore? 13. No, I don't believe that crits. But
If it's
still very
15 or
good.
higher, it needs
Yeah,
to be
no.
15 or higher to crit, yeah.
Okay, so no.
So, you've heard of a few different things in Equestria from, like, your time speaking with some of the shamans of your land. And one of the things you did hear about at some point was a place where they sent the worst of the worst, the ones that they didn't turn to stone or send to the moon. You actually had heard of a centaur that took a good portion of Equestria by surprise, was sent there at some point.
Wait a moment. I think I know where we are. The problem is I don't know if I know it in Punish.
If you can find a French version of that name, that would be what you know it by.
What is French? There is only zebra.
That would be your zebra. Thank you.
Tata.
Nice. Now, you would need to explain that to them, but like they won't necessarily understand it.
Can I do my etymology? Because I'm assuming I would know it as a place of magic.
I can tell you that the name. I can tell you that the name
And
of the
I succeed on those.
Tata. But that is only the version that I know.
So, it was something that you guys in your school were taught about, but not necessarily something that was widely spoken of. But it is a place that many theorized was a gate to another dimension because of how the difficult it was to get in and out of. But yes, this is Tartarus.
Also known as Tata to me, but that matters not to anyone else.
And then there's Moon.
So,
Tartaros.
I will note that another thing that you know of the magic page is that this would definitely be somewhere somebody interested in necromancy and darker magics would be interested in.
I think we should go into the big double doors.
I think that would be a good idea. Just curious.
So, for everybody that is...
I'm even more worried about the role that you made me do because what would I know that the others wouldn't? Oh no.
You would have known it as a military encampment.
Yeah,
A place where big evils was sent.
I mean, yeah, but I feel like Tartarus is quite a well-known thing, so most pre-war people would know about it.
I feel like it's not as well known as you might think, but for those that are attempting to make their way in, they must make a will save.
Oh boy.
Well, this will be interesting.
I pass.
I pass.
Oh, I pass.
I don't.
Okay. So everybody still makes it in. Okay. But
Please don't make me take damage for this.
what's that?
I said, please don't make me take damage for this.
Everybody makes it in. You guys, all except for Nasa, you guys all hear vague whispers and things. Like, you hear voices, like, but you can't distinctly make anything out. However, for Nasa, all you hear is like a chorus of repeated whispers of things that basically all amount to, it's your fault. In various ways, both in Ponish and in Zebra. Basically, it feels like the souls of the damned are basically accusing you of something. So,
Okay.
do you guys continue forward?
Yes.
Yes, this is something we must do.
I guess, yeah. Going into Tartarus.
So as you guys go past, you see things in the flames, but you can't make them out distinctly. Again, the flames are in some places are shifting colors, others stay a solid color of varying colors, and still others, like, they're not so much a color as, like, you know there's flame there, but you can't particularly see it with your eyes.
Ah,
A lot of strange things happening. There's also a disturbing amount of, like, things moving along the ceiling just out of sight, and the light from the flame only seems to make it harder to see. You also see along the path, and I'm assuming that you are not going to be stepping on any of them, but chains that seem to be shifting along. They seem to be made out of some sort of black metal that has been rusted by blood. As they shift and grind along the path that you guys are walking on. The path you guys are walking on seems to be relatively free of everything else, though.
I don't know if I remember to mention this, but I am wearing my mask for this. Just wanted that to be known.
So, I need another will save.
from everyone?
Yes.
I pass?
Ooh,
Nope.
I fail.
I pass exactly. No, I passed by 1 actually.
I failed by 1.
Same.
Pass.
So, that was everybody, right? Yeah, looks like it. From what you can tell, for those that passed, the others seem very distracted now. Nasa, you're still hearing the whispers, but nothing seems to be changing too much. But for everybody else, you have a moment, like, as you're watching the flames and, like, looking around you, you see something from your past. Whether it's a moment where you did something fairly innocuous to very, very,
Emotional.
yes, things that you regret, things that you wish you had done differently. I see. We will see you later then, Petrol. I will
Yes, I will
probably
be back
end it
in a number of
after this.
hours. Cheers.
We will probably have quick travel montage after. But as you guys continue forward, the images and the whispers just get worse and more intense. Nasa, roll a perception.
I do not pass. Oh,
Okay. So instead, I'm going to have Slashing roll a perception.
I succeed by 7.
So
I'm too distracted.
as you guys are walking, you are like 100% certain you just saw your brother appear for the briefest moment before vanishing into the flame again.
I'm just gonna do a Bill save real quick. I succeed.
I see. You have, despite your other you've decided to stick with your party, despite seeing.
Yeah, you see my character tense up, or you see Slashing tense up for a few seconds before managing to calm down.
Paige, please tell me that was you that just dumped out a bunch of dice.
Nope.
Oh boy!
So, Clinker,
Yep.
roll perception.
That's a fail.
Yes, Clinker is blind.
I have never been happier to fail a perception check.
Moop. Do I need to say it, or are you just gonna roll?
Just being rolled.
I'm assuming that's a pass.
That's probably a pass.
It is a pass.
So, you see a certain Pegasus. Again, briefest flash, and then it's gone.
Huh. I didn't know there were clouds down here. But, alright.
I don't know if there are any clouds in a facility such as this.
So, you guys get to basically the end of the walkway, and you don't need a roll perception for this one because it's a little obvious that there is a zebra standing in the flames not far from you, and for the most part, like, you only know it's a zebra because of the accent as he is screaming various profanities, things that even Nasa is not quite sure what they mean, but she knows that he's shouting at someone for doing something and telling them he will do something to them for the thing that they did to him.
Gee, I wonder who that's about.
You do hear the name Silvertongue several times, and you recognize the voice. Say hello to your father.
I don't know if I want to say that.
He is very heavily enshrouded by the chains that you have seen throughout, and seems to be more than a little pissed at Silvertongue. And most of this, what he is shouting, comes out unintelligible. For the entire party, like, besides Nasa, it is all unintelligible. But for Nasa, most of it's unintelligible, but you do get something happened between him and Silvertongue, and that he intends to repay Silvertongue in kind if he ever makes it out.
To this, I'm going to perk up a bit and I'm going to say to him, "Hey, connard,
He doesn't
c'est
seem
moi."
He doesn't seem to react to any of what you say. Everybody else roll perception.
Let's see if I see a thing.
That
What's
is a
the point in
pass.
using profanities against him if he's not going to respond to it?
So,
I do pass the C.
for you guys, while you were watching her attempt to get the attention of her estranged father, you see several burnt corpses around the area, one of which there is a thin gleam of a bluish-green crystal.
I make my way towards it. Try to pick it up with my telekinesis.
So when you pull it out, it's wafer thin. And Clinker, go ahead and roll an area knowledge at a +1.
That is a pass by 8.
So you recognize this as one of the keys that is
A data chart.
Yeah, one of the data shards that is so coveted by the Deus Ex Machina. Although this one looks a bit different than what you're used to.
In what way?
You can't quite place it, but something, because, you know, being a clockworker, that's not your purview. But there's something different about it, but it's not necessarily really that big of a deal. Most of the time, like, the data shards can look like slightly different shades. Nobody really knows what anything about them means other than you can use them to open doors in the area of Manhattan.
Okay, then. Well, what you got there is exactly what we came here to find. That's our key into Manhattan.
Do we only need one for the entire party, or do we need more than one?
Roll area knowledge.
That's still a pass.
So, as far as you are aware, yes, you only need one. Because doors don't, like, it's a door. It opens, it closes. But
So
it
we
doesn't
should
open and close with enough speed to, like, you have to keep opening and closing it because one person stepped through.
It effectively acts as a literal key. It opens doors in the literal sense. So we should only need one for the whole party because the doors don't just close after one creature walks through.
Meanwhile, while you're saying this, I'm still trying to lob insults at Rossot, trying to get his attention. I worked hard to get here. Of course I'm going to insult him on the way.
So,
Well, the more common ones are here is Batar.
Can I take? I can take a wild guess as to what that means.
while you were hurling insults, at some point his demeanor changes a lot, and he starts very aggressively straining at the chains and screaming basically the same thing you're screaming, as he seems to be seeing something that you are not. Because he is looking past you and fighting like an unnaturally, like you could almost see him pulling the skin off of his own body as he is trying to force his way out of the chains.
Can I try to approach him by any chance?
He is not close enough to touch, but you can get closer to the edge. If you really want to go jumping into the flames, that's...
I'm not jumping into flames. I am very much not jumping into flames. I want to make that clear.
Can I look to see if
etymology.
back?
Am I enough?
Can I try to see what's behind us?
Am I spiteful enough for this? Yeah, I am.
What are you doing, Camille?
No, I was gonna say if I could possibly follow his eyes to see if I can see what he's looking at,
Roll
or if
perception.
it was just something.
Hey, I hope this doesn't screw us over or anything. But I'm going to take a crossbow shot, aim it, and try and hit him in one of his hind hoofs. Hind leg, I mean. Near the hoof, though.
That is spiteful and petty, and I love it.
It does pass.
So, for Moop, you see the vague outline of a unicorn. That's really all you can get from what is behind you guys, but it seems just as unreal as, like, everything else that seems to be coming from the fire.
Unicorn?
Yes.
No, that can't be right. Huh? Am I the only one that sees this?
Everybody else
Sees
can
what?
roll perception to see what she's indicating. Also, when you fire the bolt, it makes it about a foot into the fire before it just vaporizes.
Oh, okay.
Okay, so I
never mind.
passed the perception. So I assume that means I just see the
I do see as well.
spectrally unicorn that Moop is pointing out.
Yes, you do see the outline of a unicorn.
God damn it!
I'm
why
more
did
interested to
Petrol have
see
read?
what type of, or see if I can understand what type of magic is going on with the burning zebra.
Why
So,
did Petrol have to leave?
from what you can tell, this is nothing that you can do anything about right now. You don't even understand, Tartarus was not supposed to be on fire from what you know of it. And the chains are definitely new. Well, as new can get for you. Considering, this has probably been this way for who knows how long.
Yeah.
And it was supposed to be a fairly peaceful place, all things considered. This looks like an actual hellscape. Something very big and very not fun happened here. I will also note that smoke is starting to rise from your amulets.
Yeah, I think we should probably start leaving this area.
Yeah, and we should be careful with the unicorn.
I'm almost sort of set. I really wanted to see how he would react to seeing me again.
As you guys are walking past, the unicorn doesn't dissipate, but you see a slightly more in focus image as you get closer. All you can really discern from it, though, is he has a silvery coat and mane, and he is grinning in a way that it's one of those shit-eating grins like, I just won and you lost, in a malicious way.
And I take it then we can't pick out a cutie mark?
Nope.
Damn it.
I think we can kind of guess what this is, though.
Yeah, let's stay away from that one.
And you can tell that is exactly what all of Rousseau's raging is pointed at.
Awesome.
I knew that was coming.
I'm also sort of set. I kind of wanted to taunt him a bit.
So, we are going to do quick travel montage. I need 3 sets of travel rolls and 3 sets of watch rolls.
Right.
Please do them in the proper order.
Okay, so I assume we just start with perceptions and a survival?
Yes. And then
Help. No. Health roll. Good thing that was a health roll.
I don't need to make any more health checks.
Okay, so +1 for that health roll.
okay.
Oh wait, no, that's still a pass.
Okay, so pass for the perception.
No.
I passed all of my rolls.
Perception.
Oh, I should actually probably.
That's another pass for perception.
I'm going to roll my quick health checks. Just
And I don't need to
Failed
do
the
a
first
check.
perception, the other one's passed.
fail,
So
That's
I
health
passed all 3
check.
perceptions, and
pass.
Last
is there
perception.
anything else? Watch rolls. Okay, right, so.
I passed 2 of these,
Oh.
and I got ones from that. So.
Huh. Right, so the first watch that I take, I do a crit fail.
Okay.
Oh, I'm down to
Second
negative 18.
watch.
Second time, fine.
I passed all
Third
3, by
time,
the way.
fine.
Or all 6, technically.
So, that's 5 passes and a crit fail. Thanks, Dice
Watch
Main.
1. Watch
Me a
2. Watch 3.
So you guys,
Okay, so I plus 2 for first aid shit.
so you guys managed to make it out of the area with little to no issues. You see a lot more of the same. You also see evidence of what looked like it at one point been a village, but badly destroyed. There's still foundations and like basements, but for the most part, it appears to have been like weirdly evenly spaced, and there's not really much left there. It looks like it took a good brunt of the bombardment that was now very obviously aimed at Tartarus for whatever reason. And it appears that it was aimed from both sides, considering you see various evidence of magical effects as well as nuclear weaponry.
I would like to quickly note, though, either way, on the Travelers, I am suffering from nightmares quite a bit less, but not entirely.
Yeah. So,
Does it make you feel a satisfaction to know that your father that caused so much is burning in Tartarus?
Quite a bit, actually. The bâtard en enfer.
That sounded funny.
To the bastard in hell.
the for the group now, you guys start coming out. Things look a little healthier, as expected for like the waste. And at some point, you just kind of run into Nebula, who's sitting there waiting for you.
Well, hello there.
She smiles.
Guess
and
who
says
we met?
hello. She looks at you and says, "Your father."
Yep. Almost would have liked to talk to him, but honestly, I think this is for the best. That's why he can't taunt me or anything. If anything, he probably knows I'm alive, but he couldn't do anything about whatever happened. And at that, I think that is the most closure I'm going to get from him.
She looks kind of sad and says, "Perhaps one day you will be able to actually speak with him."
Maybe. But for now, I think this is for the best.
She nods.
I saw my brother.
Are you doing okay? I know that I've been having a lot of issues recently, but I know that things must have been hard on you.
Who
I'm
was that
talking about
towards?
slashing.
I don't know.
Well, as I have been helped, I feel it's good to pass on the help to others. So if you need someone to talk to, I would be willing to help to the best of my ability. As someone who is also missing a sibling.
Just want to rest for a little bit.
Okay. May I give you a hug to provide some sort of solace?
I hug.
Alright. I approach and try to give a hug.
I return it.
If you need someone to talk to, I am willing to offer it to you. But talk, I mean, you know what I'm saying.
I know.
And with that, I think we are going to put a pin in it because, I prefer to have at least 5 players.
Le
And
bâtard en enfer.
so we're going to go ahead and call it for the night. And for everybody that may or may not be watching still, don't forget to like, subscribe, ring the notification bell, comment. And if you like what we're doing here, I do have a Patreon page that you can check out that you can help support the channel and make it to where I can keep doing what I'm doing with these wonderful people. And you will be able to have the chance to, at the end of every game, we do for the $5 and $10 tiers, we do a discussion with them on what happened during the session, their players' thoughts, and all of that. Not everybody will show up there, but the majority of us do go over there to have the discussion. Other than that, the $10 tier gets a shout out at the end, and I'm gonna go ahead and say thank you to everyone who is in that tier: Haxros, Gilded Page, Starglow, and Elisander. But other than that, everybody have a great evening and drink water.